The Universal God of Destruction arc has now officially come to an end. Didn't think I'd say that for a while, but with that being said, here today we are going to be going back and taking a look at the good, the bad, and the missed opportunities that was of Dragon Ball Super Universe 6 versus Universe 7. Now, for those who haven't watched Dragon Ball Super, there is a video link down in the description below to where you guys can go on ahead and find the links to where you can watch Dragon Ball Super. Into the comments into that video down below, you guys get to see a bunch of links that people post, so interact with one another, talk within the community, and just see if you guys can go on ahead and share links and go watch the series for yourself. Now, please note this video will contain spoilers, so for those who haven't watched it, you have been warned. So now, let's begin. Now, I think we all can agree here when I say that this Universal Tournament arc was utilized much better than the Resurrection F movie adaptation that was in Dragon Ball Super. Now, the animation was better, the storytelling I believe was better, the character development was better. The Resurrection F arc felt rushed, it was beat to death, and it turned a lot of people off with everything that, has been going on. But here, things were done differently. We had introduced the god Champa and his assistant from Universe 6, Vadus. We had Goku and Vegeta spending 3 years together. 3 years, guys. I can't even recall a time to where Vegeta even spent 3 minutes around Goku, let alone 3 years, training in the Room of Spirit of Time, the hyperbolic time chamber. We also had the debut of Universe 6 and the Team Universe 6 roster that consisted of Boltamo, Frost, Vegeta, Kabe, and Hito, aka Hit, alongside the introduction of another special character known as Monaka for Team Universe 7, and all in all, it presented a very exciting outcome going into each battle. Now, to start off with the pros, right, like the good things about, this arc, I will say that the battle sequences were executed perfectly in this tournament, reflecting back to Vegeta versus Vegeta, Kabe versus Vegeta, Goku versus Frost, Hit versus Vegeta, and Goku versus Hit. Each battle had amazing left and right action as Vegeta one-punched Frost through the Universal Barrier Dome, knocking him out. Vegeta yet again knocking out Super Saiyan Kabe with a ferocious Super Saiyan God Punch to the gut. The ungodly beatdown Hit gave Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta alongside the epic beatdown Goku gave to Frost before being poisoned. Now, Vegeta's struggle with Vegeta before smashing the entire ring and to eliminate Vegeta was amazing. Now, to sum it all up, the battle sequences presented in this arc made up for, the lackluster cluster that was Resurrection F in my opinion. Now, the best battles aside from Hit's encounter with Goku and Vegeta, because to many that actually was what made this tournament epic, to me at least, aside from that fight, was possibly the battle between Vegeta and Vegeta. Aside from Hit versus Goku and Hit versus Vegeta, to me, I just felt like Vegeta versus Vegeta presented itself as the best battle within this tournament aside from the Hit fights, only because it was an intense back and forth struggle due to Vegeta's, unorthodox way of combat that pushed Vegeta, to a corner, almost causing him to be eliminated by touching the barrier walls. Vegeta was looked at, even by me, which I will go on record and say that I was wrong about Vegeta, as one of the weakest characters in this tournament, only because of his features of being a metal man, quote unquote. But in fact, he turned out to be an epic character due to him eating raw magma and using his weight and his size to his advantage against someone like Vegeta. Now, Goku beating down Frost after transforming into, Super Saiyan, even after Frost transformed into his final form, was shocking as well, only because it was very unexpected for Goku to toy around with someone like Frost so easily, creating a Super Saiyan beatdown. The poisoning of both Goku and Piccolo by Frost was perfect, only because Frost was painted out to look like an innocent, good-hearted character, but in reality, he turned out to be a warmongering space pirate who only cared about, profiting from the wars that he had created behind the scenes. Having Vegeta get most of the eliminations was also rewarding, only because it featured Vegeta in the spotlight more than Goku, something nobody thought they'd see, only because Goku as well, just Goku. So the finale between, Vegeta and Hit and Goku and Hit was done perfectly alongside, having both the Gods of Destruction clash, time and time again, which made for very entertaining television, because having, Champa's and Beerus, interaction with one another was possibly the best thing going on throughout this entire arc. Why? Because it depicted how two brothers were to act towards one another, especially with those being that they have big egos. So Champa would normally throw a fit because, he wouldn't get what he wanted out of a situation, and Beerus would nearly lose his cool every single time Champa did that. So what surprises me was the most was how Beerus was able to maintain his composure without killing his brother, because Beerus had a knack for just letting things burn, sort of say, via destruction, if irritated, and trust me, Champa in fact did irritate Beerus so much during this arc. And it was really rewarding to see them, interact and whatnot. Over on the downside of things, there were certain things that were bad about this arc, one of which being the poor utilization of Universe 6 characters. We all expected these warriors to be, mighty compared to the Universe 7 characters, but in fact, aside from one or two, they all turned out to be a bunch of weaklings in disguise. I mean, the fights, although, just... Some characters were depicted as being larger than life, but they turned out to be just mere weaklings. Compared to this Dragon Ball Z fights, the fights were just heavily shortened. They weren't extended as much. They weren't marinated. And the Dragon Ball Z fights were always extended to no end. Goku versus Frost only happened for about a little under 1 episode. Piccolo versus Frost ended in 1 episode. Kaba versus Vegeta ended in 1 episode. Vegeta versus Hit ended in half of a fucking episode. It happened like about 15 minutes or so. Botamo versus Goku ended in 1 episode. I get that they're trying to get into another arc and continue on forward, and they're trying to like rush on through. But I mean, what the hell, right? Why couldn't they just marinate each battle? Because each battle could have been much more larger than life if they were to give the chance to go in ahead and just tell the story just a little bit more by expanding the episodes, in my opinion. Now, why couldn't they just elaborate on the backgrounds of the Universe 6 characters and who they truly were before they entered this tournament? I mean, who and what is Botamo? Who and what exactly is Vegeta? Who and what exactly is Kaba? And what does he mean to like his Saiyan homeworld? Who does he represent? Is he a Saiyan prince? Is he a mere peasant? Who is Kaba? What's Frost's true background? I mean, we understand he's a space pirate, but there has to be something that just stands on forward, that goes just deeper than there. Who does Hit represent and work for in a way? Who is Monaka? Things of that nature. One thing that kind of bugged me was the fact that, why didn't Goku and Vegeta just simply use Super Saiyan Blue from the start of the battle when they fought each character? Because part of me, gets why they didn't use Super Saiyan Blue from the get-go, and that's because they didn't want to go all out too soon, and they want to keep their powers intact. But still, I mean, if they wanted to give our fighters an evenly match, they should have made it to where Team Universe 6 was that much stronger to where they can challenge the Super Saiyan Blue form. I feel as if that would have pushed Goku and Vegeta into using more of their powers, and if they wanted to throw in a new transformation, they could have done that at the very end against Hit. But each encounter didn't feel larger than life, as seen with our fighters battling against Frieza, Cell, and Majin Buu, because those villains made every single scenario seem larger than life. And not only that, but let's be honest, Piccolo was made out to be a joke in this tournament. Might as well just not even have him in. And Majin Buu's spot was just a sheer waste of space. So surely things could have been much better in a way. But I mean, just all the things we were missing from this tournament kind of made up for the Resurrection F movie adaptation. Overall, if you want to look at the entire spectrum of this tournament, it boiled down to 5 versus 2. Let's be realistic, guys. It was 5-on-2. It was Botamo, it was Frost, it was Vegeta, it was Kabe, it was Hit versus Goku and Vegeta. Piccolo didn't do anything. Majin Buu fell asleep, got himself eliminated. Monaka didn't do anything. This entire tournament surrounded itself around Goku and Vegeta. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing, but needless to say, they could have capitalized more on character utilization. Now, certain people are going to go in the comments and they're going to say, well, Dragon Ball GT was better. It happens all the time. It happens every single time I make a review. There's always 1 or 2 people that want to point out why Dragon Ball GT was better than Dragon Ball Super, or it still is due to its continuity and stuff. But if you guys truly feel that Dragon Ball GT, in terms of story, character development, and whatnot, is better than Dragon Ball Super, let me know down in the comments below, because for me, out of 5 stars, I would give this tournament arc a solid 3.5. I would have given it a 4 stars out of 5, but the only thing that kind of drew me away was the fact that the be-all, end-all finale that was with Hit and Goku and Hit and Vegeta, it didn't seem larger than life, because Hit was supposed to be the representation of being one of the strongest in Universe 6, and he was ultimately defeated in about, I would say, an episode and a half. So, I mean, it was what it was. He was such a unique character. I mean, he actually was able to put down Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, something that we've never seen before, which is remarkable in and of itself. But all in all, I would say that this arc is much better than the Resurrection F Frieza arc, because in the Resurrection F Frieza arc, we had, horrible animation. The storytelling was decent at best. It was just a movie crossover. It was just more or less like copy and paste. They did things differently in essence. I mean, we all agree that the movie was better. But all in all, like, the Resurrection F arc was just filler, just for it to be there, for it to like recap like what happened during that, you know, time frame or whatnot. But I just feel as if, you know, that particular arc didn't really capitalize as to, you know, what we wanted in Dragon Ball as this tournament did, because this tournament got everybody excited. There were many things about this tournament that were very nice. The music, the atmosphere, the tension, the crossovers, the lies. It was beautifully done. And if you guys feel as if the Resurrection F arc was better, comment down below and let me know. Once again, guys, thank you all for watching. If you guys are Dragon Ball fans, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. That way, you guys don't miss a single Dragon Ball episode. If you guys enjoyed it, if you guys cannot wait to see more Dragon Ball, and simply smash that like button. Leave your overall thoughts down in the comment section below. Tune in for more. Again, guys, this tournament arc, I wished were to go on, you know, a lot more than what it did. This entire tournament arc lasted about 20 episodes or so. If you want to do the math here, like, well, a little under 20 if you really think about it. So, nevertheless, it was what it was, and so we're just gonna be moving on forward from here. And whatever comes after this, I really hope that they marinate and they do have an overall better execution as to what's going to happen, because there's so much more story and lore to build off of that if they don't execute it, they're only going to be, you know, just underutilizing themselves. So comment down below and let me know what you guys think, guys. Thank you all for watching once again. God bless you all, and I'll be seeing you all in the next episode. Take it easy, guys. Peace.